Can Zeke deke again? It's the coach. You're watching Madden football on EA Sports. Coming up, Ezekiel Elliott, fresh off 100 yards a week ago, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Green Bay Packers. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, if you listen closely, Coach, you can hear the jet skis roaring in the bay just a few miles north of where we sit at Lambeau Field. Just a beautiful late summer day in Wisconsin. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we interplay here. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
I don't even get to choose heads or tails anymore. But gracious. Probably got to change something in the settings.
The children will grow, and it's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
He didn't have as many throws or plays in college as many of the quarterbacks that were coming out in the draft, but he maximized what he had. Ended up winning 2 national championships as a starting quarterback at North Dakota State.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Wentz. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
Picking up from where you left off.
Of course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? Speed is one thing, but how about the niftiness in his route running, able to cross people up in the secondary and make sure that they can't quite get to him before the ball arrives. He's something after the catch as well.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott.
Goodness, why did I juke?
The numbers for Zeke from last week. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Nice game.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wentz, it's complete to Hopkins. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28. Wentz now on 1st down. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Ooh, what kind of play did I pick?
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1.
Check it out again.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the 8-year NFL veteran, quarterback Kirk Cousins.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. All right, let's look at the offense. Devontae Freeman, this is a guy that you wanted to talk about, so take it away.
Brandon, have you seen a running back play with such joy as well as such fury? I love the way he runs the football and attacks defenses.
Let's press. Let's press.
On second down now, it's Freeman, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays. He finds good matchups and gets into the offensive backfield.
And there it works for a tackle for loss. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Wentz now to throw. That would complete to Elliott. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
First down.
On first down, Wentz. And the catch made by Hopkins.
Come on,
and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 11 yards there, just like last play. Shotgun now for Wentz. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, but it'll be second and goal. And the offensive starters for the Vikings.
So let's all work together on this one because it's natural to just watch the football. But I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the 2 guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on second and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Get out of here. All right, Kirk.
A first down throw for Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete.
Show me what you got, my friend.
Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And able to find Higbee. It's complete.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw, Cousins. It's coming, and down he goes. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh finding the path to the QB there. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Ndamukong Suh able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Yo, grab the damn ball.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Tackle made that time by Vita Vea. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make, because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early, chip away at their timing.
Oh, you blitzing, huh?
On 2nd down, Elliott.
Oh,
able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Oh, 3rd down, huh?
Now a play fake. Wentz.
Show.
Down he goes. Nick Vigil in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice. So they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. Gets it off to Freeman. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down, and a late flag here too. He may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The numbers for Freeman a week ago. 21 carries, 89 yards.
And give him a ton of credit. He's running the ball really well. But I look at those guys up front. That unit is truly playing as just that. Every move that they make, their teammate understands what that move means and what they need to do. And right now, they're starting to grind it out pretty well.
On second down, Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Packers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing, Cousins. It's complete to Drake. Yeah, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
That's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how's he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On play action, it's Wentz. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Here's Elliott.
Let's go.
And he's got this down to the 35.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Just not going to forget the last drive, huh?
To throw is Wentz. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
That's complete.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Draw play, Elliott. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. Go here. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And they'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting it.
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Freeman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early. Great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Marlon Mack now heading back out there. And the good news, his team's winning. And the bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
Because he's talking about the wrong
because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
He probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
30.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Caught left side, Hopkins. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Into the red zone. Wentz. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. But it'll be second down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Elliott. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So
what kind of...
To me, that's a good drive.
They're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Now the Packers get set to go. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. The Packers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, Cousins. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Cousins. Back for it here, and and this will be caught.
Was not expecting that.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
I think a good play. Y'all want to see 2 minutes? Motherfucker.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and it's a second down. Throwing again on second down. Cousins. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Marquise Brown with his first career NFL touchdown, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
Letting y'all down.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity to push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Elliott.
Oh, you ran through the wrong hole, my guy. But you ain't going
they
down.
Get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Now Wentz. And able to find Green. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 44-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout.
I wasn't even focused on the
with 2
clock.
seconds remaining in the second quarter. Wentz now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. A final shot before half for Wentz. And he slings one that's incomplete. So nothing separating these. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Wasn't it like 14-0 at one point?
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Whoa,
so now they have to contend with 2nd and 13
on
after the first down run goes backwards.
Guy's missing a whole hand.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Lord.
Now Cousins.
Oh,
Got a
Lord.
man, it's Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
From
Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Got an open man. It's a noon one. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They run. Devontae Freeman. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Third and long for Cousins. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. The sack by Marcus Hunt.
Looking like Jared Allen.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
Come on now, let's go.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell your guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll.
Come on.
And they played out perfectly.
This
Now,
auto
can the
running
offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Now after the loss, they come up 2nd and 11 from the 19-yard line. Wentz now to throw. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That boy was
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football before he knew it. He was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
3rd and 13.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz.
That boy caught me.
They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
Whoa.
On the return is Cohen. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Heading back onto the field, here's a look at Devontae Freeman now. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the 1st half. But Let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, it's Freeman, and he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
All right, let's hit the stop now.
A first down throw for Cousins. This will be caught by Brown. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree, getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now Freeman, he's been busy today.
Come on, boy.
They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4.
Under the ground or something?
Got to kick it, right? I mean, even the short yardage, you boot this thing, don't you?
Yeah, but I know how aggressive you are. I know what you want. You want to go for it, don't you? You're feeling it, aren't you?
Yeah, but treat it like a football game, not like Madden.
I like that. Fight the temptation. Kick the field goal, because if you go for it and don't get it, you put a lot on your defense in a short amount of time.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it, and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And now out comes Minnesota. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. To throw, it's Wentz. And he finds the tight end, Reed. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Throw to the middle, taken in. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First shots, huh?
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This is caught. Watkins. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Sammy Watkins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead.
Field goal is
That's
huge.
good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's polished off by a Viking score. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
All right. Can't get
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
I'm
Ball
about
on the
to
30,
switch
they'll
to
come up with
everybody.
a 2nd and 5. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Let's go.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Fielded just inside the 20. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. A very solid gain of 27.
Ooh,
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes.
He'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A.J. Green, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
That's the damn kick.
It's a short kick taken near the 18. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Elsewhere, Ford Field, they're into the 4th quarter now. The Chargers have now taken a late lead. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. 1st down, here's Cousins. Hits it off to Freeman. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Cousins.
Oh,
Almost got it complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards the pickup there.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. A 20th carry now for Freeman. And Dominican Sue makes the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 22, Cousins. Open man, here's Foster. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
They're not going to get it.
Cousins on 1st down. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Do a little small
That
blitz.
was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Whoa. You're not going to try to get in front of him?
Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. And you got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Here's Cousins. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Badgley able to punch this one through. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. He's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
3 yards on that last.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Wentz. He's got his man here. It's Green. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Wentz to throw. Green brings it in.
It's Green.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
That was supposed to be milking the clock, man. What's going on?
Wentz to throw. And that's Elliott, complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 25-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he's going take this down to about the 17. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for the Vikings, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves.